Well, Treyarch did it. They went and nerfed the drill in the Citadelle Des Morts boss fight, and I don't blame them. This was pretty broken, pretty cheese. I don't inherently have a problem with that nerf. But my problem is how they decided to go about doing this nerf, because this is what they did word for word. Addressed an issue where the main quest boss received higher melee damage than intended. And this was really worrisome when we all read this, because we were thinking like, bro, that's not the only melee thing in the game. Like, sure, the drill was broken, but not all melee weapons were broken. And you know what else is in this game? Like, Citadelle Des Morts, like, the whole wonder weapons, it has 4 elemental swords. So people were worrying, like, yo, no way they nerfed that too. And sure enough, Smart Guy went and tested it. I was going to test it myself, but Smart Guy did it already, so I ain't going to do that. And he tested it, and it's bad. It's really bad. So, like, for example, it used to do 18k, like 18,000 damage per swing, like if the armor was broken, and now it does 900. That's insane, bro. That's like a insane nerf to the swords, and I don't understand it, because we were here all asking for a buff to the swords. I literally just made a video a couple days ago, like saying, hey Treyarch, can you buff the sword just a little bit? We just want a little bit, and instead they nerfed it. Like, I mean, to be fair to them, like, this was, like, I guess, I don't know, like, it's not indirect, like, it was an accidental, I'm assuming an accidental nerf, because, like, they were really trying to target the drill, but obviously affected all of them, which I don't really see how they made that mistake, because, like, you really need to only target the drill, and maybe the other 2 melee weapons, like the bat and the knife, but, you know, that's what they did here. They nerfed all melee damage with the swords, and it's just insane to me that they, like, could oversee this, because, like, the swords themselves need a buff right now. Everyone has pretty much agreed that the swords would be 10 times better if they had a buff, because, like, a major problem with them is, like, once super sprinters show up on the regular map, they're pretty useless. Like, there's very small use for them, and no one really even uses them too much for a high round strat. Like, that's not how any wonder, especially when you have 4 elemental ones and not one of them is great for high rounds. That's insane. So, like, I don't know, like, I feel like Treyarch really needs to do something here. Like, if you're going to nerf the drill, that's cool. No one has it, like, nobody has a huge problem with that. But you can't nerf the swords alongside with them. That is insane. And more than that, like, you have to just buff the swords at this point. Like, you can't pull something like this and just, like, leave it like that, or even just return the swords back to normal, right? Like, honestly, it's just crazy to me, because, like, it would think that the swords would be, the wonder weapons of the map would be better against the boss than almost anything else. If that's what they did, that would be cool. Like, imagine that, like, these swords potentially could, like, have a really high skilling, but also just be really good against the boss, because one thing you do with the swords, with the parry or block, you could actually block the boss's attack. So if you do everything right and you're really good at using them, you use your melee attacks and then block, instead of just doing some cheese stuff like with Ether Shroud or obviously the drill. And that's what I hope that they were going to do, because I assumed they were going to nerf the drill, but I was not expecting them to also nerf the swords too, which is ridiculous. But I don't know, that's what Treyarch has done, unfortunately, and I really hope Treyarch did this on accident. Like, they didn't think this through, and it's just something like, oh shoot, we messed up, and they go back to fix it. That's what I hope happens. But on top of that, I feel like Treyarch, come on, just nerf the swords at I mean, excuse me, buff the swords. Don't nerf them again. Don't do that. But just buff them. They just need to be buffed. Like, I think, like, there's a lot of ways you could buff them. I think, like, the passive effect should always be active regardless if your charge is full or not. And also, I strongly believe that I think this was kind of a two-way thing, but, like, when you swing and hit a zombie, I feel like it at least should hit more than one zombie with its melee attack. It should be able to hit like 2, 3, 4, maybe like 3. I think 3 would be a solid number. And if you do that with 3, then I think it, maybe 4 actually, then the charge to get 20 kills in order to use your special attack wouldn't be that crazy. And I think that there would be strategies out there for using these swords on high rounds. But of course, it's all up to Treyarch right now. I hope they really have plans. We're praying up Treyarch. Please listen to us on this one. Like, please don't leave the swords nerfed like this. At least make them useful for the boss fight again. Like, at least, but also buff them in general. But regardless, though, that's all I really had to say. I mean, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Maybe there's someone out there who disagrees with me, and if you do, let me know why. But if you agree with me, you know, just tell me. Actually, you know what, in the comment section, I'd love to hear how you would buff the swords. Let me know your different ideas, because, like, I shared mine, but I'm curious to hear what anybody else would say. But regardless, though, that's about it for this video. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.